we are talking about reflections. The other word that might pop into your mind when you hear reflections is the word flips. So you're flipping the image over. So reflection or flips have lines of symmetry. Symmetry, as I have to say to spell it correctly in my head. This is where you can fold the paper and the images will line up. So if you've ever cut a heart out of a piece of paper and you fold the paper in half first and you draw half of the heart and then cut it out, that line down the middle, that is your line of symmetry. Okay, so first thing we need to do is we need to plot our pre-image. Okay, so we're going to plot these 3 points. So point A is over 1 and up 3. There's my A. Point B is over 0 and up 2. Point C is over 5 and up 4. And then if you need to get up and get a straight edge, please do so. I'm going to use a fun little line tool so that we can see these a little bit clearer. It'll be a little bit neater. Okay, so we've got a goofy little triangle guy. The next thing that we need to be able to do is we need to be able to graph this line. So x equals 1 is a line. It's going to be a vertical line. If you remember that from Algebra 2, or I'm sorry, Algebra 1. If you don't remember it, how I like to remember it is all I know about this is that x equals 1. So if I go to x equals 1, right here, all I know, anywhere I go, x has to equal 1, so it has to be a line up and down here. And you can kind of look at 2 coordinates if you need to, where your x value is 1, and then you can pick whatever values you want for your y. So I could pick 0 and 2. And if I plot those points, if I go to 1, 0, and I go to 1, 2, that locks it in and forces it to be a vertical line, which is really, 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 really nice. So I know that I've got a vertical line right, oops, let's not make that orange. Let's go back real quick. Let's make this the same color. Let's make it green. So we've got a vertical line right here. That is my line of symmetry. That's where I'm going to be able to fold this piece of paper and my image should line up. Okay, so everything on this side will go over here. Everything on this side will go over here. Okay, so let's actually do that then. So that was our pre-image, that was this. We need to see what it changes to. So remember, when you change it, it becomes the image. And we put our little apostrophes with the points, okay, with those coordinates. So what's really nice, A is on this line. So if I folded this piece of paper, it would still land on this line. So it's actually the exact same point. So I need to also label this point A prime. That's what that little apostrophe means. And then you're just seeing how far the points are from the line. So B is 1 away from this line, so I need to be 1 away from the line this way. So there's my B prime. My C is 1, 2, 3, 4. So I gotta go 1, 2, 3, 4. And that guy right there will be where my C prime is. So I'm going to connect these with dotted lines, because when you do your image, that's another way that you identify that it is your image instead of your pre-image. And a lot of times you're going to have directions telling you how to label these things, whether to make them solid lines or dotted lines. You need to make sure that you pay attention to those, because that's points. That's telling me that you know the difference between an image and a pre-image. Okay. So my coordinates for B here from my origin are over 2 and up 2. So this turns into 2, 2. My C value, I'm going to the left, so negative 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going up 1, 2, 3, 4. So because I changed over the X value, only my X values changed. My Y values stayed the same. which is kind of nice. Okay, let's look at another one real quick. So, 2 more examples for you. In this guy, we again are going to plot those lovely same pre-image points. I keep labeling and calling these names so that you get really, really used to them. So we've got A, B is same points. Try to make your life a little easier by giving you the same coordinates. So if you want to plot them already for the next one, you can. And then I'll turn this into a nice solid line for us. We'll get our triangle here. Okay, so there's our pre-image. Now we need to know where our line of symmetry is. Okay, so y equals 2. So if I go up to 2 on y, I know I'm going to be here. Okay, everywhere that y equals 2. And same deal, if you want to look at 2 coordinates, if that makes more sense in your head, you know your y value is 2, and you can pick whatever value you want for here. So I can pick 0 and 1 if I want to. So if I plot 0, 2, and 1, 2, that forces it to be a horizontal line, which is anything that is y equals will be a horizontal line. Okay, so you can make that a different. Then what we need to do is, again, we're just playing the counting game to find our image. So do we have any coordinates that are going to end up being the same? Because it's always kind of nice when that happens. A little bit less work, right? We like shortcuts. So B is directly on this line, which means B is going to be the same, but I'm still going to label this with B prime. So my A value here is only 1 away, so I just continue, and that's on the other side here, my A prime, and my C is 2 away, so my C value goes right here, and then I can connect with my dotted line. So B to A to C, and C to B, and they should look like a reflection of each other, like looking in the mirror, or looking into a lake, something to that effect. So my A values are over 1 and up 1, and my C values is over 5, and I didn't go up or down at all. So again, I'm moving over the y-axis, so my y values changed, but my x values stayed the same. Kind of nice, right? Alright, one last example. This one is a different situation. Slightly. Not too bad, though. So, same deal. We're going to plot our pre-image, and I'm actually going to pause the recording to do this, in case you've already done it, and just to save you a little bit of time. So if you haven't done it yet, go ahead and pause the recording on your side as well. Alright, so here is my pre-image. Now, I want to go over the line y equals x. So, how do I graph this? Well, I know y equals mx plus b. That's nice and normal, right? So in this case, I don't have a value in front of here, which means I only have 1x, and there's nothing written after it, so I'm adding nothing to it. So, there we go. Plus 0 means that I start at the origin. And then my slope being 1 means that I go up 1 and over 1. And I can create a line through that. So a line this way. And then it's probably easier for you because you can do it in one fell swoop. I'm going to kind of create 2 there. So I'm going to flip it over this line. It's going to be a little bit different, but you can totally handle it. No big deal. So let's figure out what our image is. We don't have any coordinates that are going to be the same in this case because none of them are on the line of symmetry. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to see how far we are from the line of symmetry. So, 2 ways you can do this. Alright, you can either go diagonal because this line is diagonal, so you're going to go perpendicular to it. Or you can go down 1 and over 1 like a stair and do the same thing to get to the other side. So this guy would be my B prime. So it's one diagonal through. My A value, also one diagonal through. That's nice. There's my A prime, right? One diagonal through. And my C, I have to go up one to get to this line, because it should be crossing right there. It's a little off. So I have to go this way one to get to my C prime. There's just one box there. Okay? Little goofy, little bit different, but you can totally handle it. So this guy connects, this guy connects, and this guy connects. And that might be a lot to look at, especially my lines are kind of thicker, but maybe on your paper you can see it a little bit clearer, and I will show you when we get to the practice stuff under the document camera how to use patty paper. So if this isn't really working, doesn't really make sense to you, we'll check it out on patty paper, okay? So my A coordinate, I'm over 1, 2, 3, and up 1. My B coordinate, I am over 2 and up 0. And my C coordinate, I am over 1, 2, 3, 4, and up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Notice anything with those coordinates? Sneaky, sneaky.